All right, all right, all right. I guess we should give it a couple seconds. Let's just see if the live feed goes forward. See if we get any viewers in here. If not, I will go ahead and commensurate with the news.
Yes.
Let's start off with our pleasantries. So, Mrs. BB, how are you today?
I'm well, Mr. Brando. How are you guys doing? How's everybody out there?
Boy, there goes 11 people quick, 28 people. There we go. Are you live?
Yes, we're very live.
Is you live?
And in color.
Okay.
All right.
We got 42 people in the house. How are y'all doing tonight?
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. I bring you much news today. I hope you popped your popcorn. I hope you're in your seats. I'm going to start off with the news, but first we always start off with our intro.
Should I go first? Ladies first?
Ladies first.
I am April BB.
And I am Mr. Brando. And we want to welcome you to the reinstatement of the Iraqi Dinar World News. Mrs. BB, how are you this evening?
Well, a little tired. It's hump day.
Woo, y'all.
Hump day.
Are you guys tired of this whole Iraqi saga, whole picking these cabinet people as I am?
Let me tell you, I'm ready for a reinstatement.
Well, I'm
ready.
I am definitely here to share with you guys tonight some things that I believe will lead you down the path that will help you to understand why I think that what we're doing is in the right direction, okay?
Okay, let's do this.
You want to do this?
Give me that news.
You ready? Okay.
Give me some good news.
I thought a huge bomb dropper today was this. The U.S. military is preparing to withdraw completely from northeastern Syria without official confirmation from the White House or Pentagon. But if you guys are like me and you've been checking your news, this is everywhere. This is everywhere. Now, a lot of speculation about why would the United States pull out of Syria at this point in time. In my opinion, this is just pure speculation. I believe that the base is ready at the Iraqi-Syria border and that the troops are getting ready to transition from Syria to the base, okay?
So they feel like ISIS is no longer a threat?
Well, I think first we got to kind of analyze what ISIS is and who ISIS makes up in the Middle East, okay?
Okay.
So I talked to my friend Ibrahim today, and you guys know Ibrahim. You guys have learned to know him. Ibrahim said that mostly Sunnis and more so than Sunnis, Wahhabi Muslims are the ISIS threat in Iraq. Those guys make up the large proportion of people that are out there that are doing the bad things. Wahhabis especially, they are really radical. I don't like the word radical Muslim. I believe there's radical Christians and everything else, but these guys are truly radical Muslims, and they are out there really doing bad things against bad people. Now, President Trump had a newscast today talking about pulling out of Syria, that ISIS was under control. I will leave that up to you guys. I don't know if they're under control or not under control, but I do know that the troops are pulling back. We're about to stop having so much influence in that northeastern area, and that is huge news for our troops. If it was up to me, I'd bring all my troops home. But since I can't, I will tell you this. I wish all our troops safety, and I hope that they are successful in eradicating the negative Muslim influences in northeastern Iraq. Do you agree?
Agreed.
So with that, we go to number 2. A lot of people, and I told you guys this a Monday night. I told you guys Monday, don't look for the passing or the seating of the government till Thursday. Remember, I told you guys. I knew Tuesday was going to be a pivotal day for us, but Tuesday's not the day. Thursday's the day.
But they did seat.
Yes.
Or select some positions.
Yeah,
right?
some positions did get selected. Let me tell you who got in and who got out. I have that information right here. Okay, so who got in? And the Council of Representatives voted early Tuesday, December 18th, for the selection of Qazay Al-Shahid as Minister of the Higher Education and Scientific Research, Abdul Amir Al-Mihandi Hamanandi as Minister of Culture, and Nuri Sabah Hamid as Minister of Planning. So that seems to be 4 positions were notified. Everybody keeps saying 3. I'm saying 4 because I have Qazay, I have Dual, I have Nuri. So that's 3.
That's 3. Yeah.
That's 3. So we got 5 more posts.
Mm-hmm.
The main 5 posts are the ones that we are most interested in as investors are the Minister of Interior and the Minister of Defense.
Now, why? Why is that?
Because the Minister of Interior, like we've talked about several times, is the one that really holds the keys to all the donor money. So for all those donors that are out there, these donor countries, you're talking billions upon billions of dollars. We want to keep the Iran influence out, the Maliki influence out, and have the chance to have a good guy, a technocrat in place. Okay. A technocrat would be someone that would be a steward of our money and our investment and allow us to prosper in our investment, not steal the money and pillage the country, such as some of our past predecessors have done. Okay? Now, I told you guys this Monday, I'm not going to break this again. Fayed is out. So is Jabara and Al-Tadi, Hana Amuel. They are out. I knew Fayed was out and I knew Jabara was out because, as I told you guys, and you thought I was playing when I played my source for you, I told you that this guy was bad news. He's got to go do his job. Okay. He has a job. He's got to go do it. Now, what makes this group more interesting than the last group, you've never heard this in print before, but I'm going to break it to you now. The new names that are put forth to the GOI, these people, the new names were sent to the bodies of accountability, justice, and integrity for the purpose of checking and going to the House of Representatives, explained by Mahmoud Abdul Mahandi. He told the political box he was going to do it. He seems to have been made a fool of several times, but in this instance, he's guaranteeing that on Thursday, he's calling his own shot. He's saying he guarantees these ministers will pass. Okay? Very interesting to see there. Now, as a side note, like I told you, we broke this last Monday. We knew Tuesday was a filler day. We knew that these people that passed, higher education is important, scientific research is important, but we knew and we told you guys that the main key people were going to go Thursday, and I'm sticking to that. I'm calling my own shot with about Mahandi. I'm saying that these guys are going forward tomorrow. These guys are tired of this crap, okay?
Right. As we're tired.
And you're tired and I'm tired. This is going on 7 months of BS behind the election saga, okay?
Well, that, and then you have a lot of people that have been invested in this for years. I mean, so, yeah, I mean, it's gone on way too long.
Way too long, and you guys are far too kind. Hey, Johnny, good to see you. Shout out to John's Outhouse.
So let me ask you a question. Get back to what's going to take place on Thursday.
Okay.
Thursday, let's say all 5 seats were good. What's next?
They seat those 5 people. They're sworn in. This is where the roller coaster ride starts. Okay. Because now they can officially touch donor money. Okay. See, now that $30 billion that's in the kitty, they can touch. Now, they have been under severe pressure by OPEC and gas prices to get reinstated because they told everybody that they're at a budget level. They need to be like $56, $57 to be running smoothly. Well, Brex, I think today dropped to below $56. Okay. So they're below budget. And that's why the budget is in Parliament right now under review to find out what they can do to tweak it so that they don't go over budget. They got to be under budget. Qatar will still be under budget. I believe they predicted about $52. They said 3 countries in the world were going to be in budget for the year. Qatar, Iraq, and somebody else. I don't remember the third. But it's very, very important to note that these gas prices you're seeing this dropping is great for us as Americans and great for us.
But horrible for them.
Oh, it puts immense pressure like on Saudi Arabia, on Russia, on all these countries that need fossil fuels to survive and to thrive, okay? Because that doesn't make for a good Christmas, these guys, if oil prices drop.
So let me ask you this, because they continue to drop. This morning, it was $1.72 when I was on my way to work. Now, what will happen if there's another delay and gas prices continue to drop?
Then what you run the risk of is you run the risk of economic collapse. I'm going to shoot you straight. For Iraq, their government could simply fold up. They can't pay their citizens. Everybody's too much on the welfare tit. They can't get off that. They need to move things to the private sector, and they can't move things to the private sector unless they get a government seated so they can touch that donor conference money. So,
okay, you're on to something here. So, okay, so then that would actually push them to get things moving.
Oh yeah,
if it continued to drop. Now, didn't we discuss that they're supposed to give the citizens, the Iraqi citizens, $100K a dinar each?
Very interesting you bring that up. How are you going to give each citizen $100K if you can't meet your budget? Because your budget was this, right?
Right.
Well, we got news today that 33,000 more smart cards were introduced to the marketplace. Now, by no means am I telling the viewership out there that 33,000 smart cards are going to enable every Iraqi out there to have access to monies. But I do believe that they're going to reinstate. And if they reinstate 100,000 dinars at $1 for dollar pays you quite handsomely, if you ask me. It'll take care of a lot of woes, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is just truly, those smart cards are only on the social welfare, okay? These are not counting Visa, which Ibrahim has. This is not counting MasterCard, which we know has a huge campaign going on in Iraq. This is only counting smart cards, so this is just for the welfare. This is just for the poor and disenfranchised, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, and that's even another reason more why they've got to get more of the 3-0 notes off the marketplace, get people included in the banking sector, and make sure that they have bank accounts, because when all this goes pop, that you have the ability for them to get access to their monies and not just stuff that money in a check underneath their mattress because they don't trust their bank. Okay? Now, the $5 million question is, will Mahdi complete his government on Thursday? I believe he will. I know I have a lot of naysayers out there is saying that they will not. I just got news that $100,000 dinar equals basically $84. Now, $84 doesn't sound like a lot of money to us in the U.S. It doesn't. But in Iraq, somewhere where $84 maybe carry free a month. I don't know what a mortgage carries. I don't know what a car note carries. But I'm telling you that I don't think that will carry them very far, okay? But I am calling out my shot right now. I'm saying that tomorrow I will not break breaking news, because this is not breaking news to Mr. Brando and Ms. April Beebe. We thought this the whole time. I'm telling you right now, I think the government will be seated tomorrow. I'm hoping that the government will be seated tomorrow. I'm putting all my faith in that. Now, Parliament approved 3 ministers in the vote on Tuesday afternoon, just leaving 5 to post. But filling these posts and positions will be difficult. Now, I think these deals were already negotiated and done. That's why it's taking so long. That's why I think they got rid of the Fayed and these Iranian guys. They put people in position that were like these ex-military people, because Sadr and everybody else wanted ex-military or somebody that didn't have any political affiliation to be in these positions. Again, technocrats are going to carry us to where we need to go. If we don't have technocrats and we have sectarian going on, sectarian means that I'm a Shiite, I employ a Shiite. If I'm a Sunni, I employ a Sunni. If I'm Muhandi, I get a Muhandi. We don't want that. We want their government makeup to be much like ours here in America, where they're made up of all different types of factions and sects, but all these people have an ability to run the country effectively, the best and the brightest. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, defense and interior are key. In my opinion, I don't care about the rest. Whoever controls the interior controls our investment. Whoever controls the defense controls where ISIS goes, which also controls our investment. To me, those are the two main things that I am most looking at and that I'm keeping my eye on, because I believe that those things are going to be key.
Okay.
Now, Turkey seems to want to keep doing airstrikes in Iraq, and I'm not mad at Turkey. They're trying to do their part, but I don't like that Mahdi, again, seeing that he has a weaker viewpoint, will not go in and just tell Turkey to stop. He says, we have not approved the Turkish airstrikes to happen. Well, Mahdi, I challenge you. Why are you not stopping those airstrikes? If you don't want Turkey in your country, simply send the PKUs after them, and we know they're badass. Get rid of them, son of a bitches. I'm sorry, excuse my language. Get rid of them, okay? Turkey, get out of Iraq. We want you out, okay? You're not good for our investment. You're not good for stability. You're not good for stability, okay? We want you out. Now, on a lighter note, I am so proud of Iraq that through all this turmoil, all this chaos, they have been able to produce 2 Nobel Peace Prize, a Nobel Peace Prize laureate, Nadia Murad, and her fiance Abid Shamidin, diplomatic passports. They are survivors of ISIS, and they are both UN Goodwill Ambassadors for the dignity of survivors of human trafficking. I think this is a huge tale for everybody, that in all this chaos and hell that these poor people are going through, that there is a bright and shining star at the end of the rainbow for these guys. Okay, a Nobel Peace Prize winner is nothing to sneeze at. That is huge. My congratulations to Iraq. I know it's tough. Hang in there, okay?
Is there any other good news coming out of Iraq?
Well, spoiler alert. You know, y'all, I want to use, y'all tell me, can I use sound effects? Because I want to drop clue bombs and everything else. Yes. Boom, boom, boom. Sadr has been out there protesting, which is huge. Thank you, Sauter. We need someone to put a full court press on the government to get things seated. I have been under the viewpoint for a long time that there is a major inter-Shiite struggle over Iranian influence that's going on. Some of those that are simply Iranian-based and some of those are Iraqi-based, and they are in huge turmoil. We saw recently that I think it was the Senate or the House just passed a bill eliminating most of that type of militia rule, and we need to see that fuller exploited because we need the militants to either get on board or get in line. But we don't need to see these Shiite militants, the Shiite militants running amok in Iraq. That is bad. We need for the PMUs to be like the PKUs and be the bright shining star in Iraq. We need that. Now, Fayed is going to go back and run the military. We know that, okay? He's a good fighter. Is he a good diplomat? I don't know, but he's a damn good fighter. We need him in his place and do his job. We need those guys to carry out and be powerful and to be strong and to make sure that the bad militants that are there doing ballistic missile testing and all this other stuff are exiled. We want them out. Because again, stability and security are everything that we're looking for. But I challenge all of the people that are listening to me that are of Muslim descent or Muslim faith. Why are the Shiites fighting so? I don't know why. I don't understand. I need you guys to let me know what's going on there. My friend today told me he is Shia, and he doesn't understand why there's such turmoil amongst the two, but he was hoping for more peace and for the government blocks to formate and to have some type of understanding. President Trump also said that because of Mike Pompeo, the U.S. representative for Iran, Brian Hook, are calling for Iran to stop supporting militias in Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Bahrain, and Yemen. This is important to us because we need the Middle East to have some type of peace going on, because without it, we are going to be in extreme turmoil if war breaks out. And we need those militias to stand down. Okay? Woo! It's a lot of news, y'all, but I ain't done. We had huge news coming out of the banking sector. And you guys know, if you've been watching our podcast for the last couple of podcasts, I like to kind of like build up to my story. Mm-hmm. The chef, they call me the chef. I'm in the pot. You got the chat open? Got the chat open? We ain't through, but I went to the 10. You see the chef in there? I'm in there. I got the pot stirring. Guess what? Iraq has their Iraqi Conference 2019. Huge news. Think about this, guys.
So why is the summit so important?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you got ISIS. You've got the blocks. You've got all these people out there infighting. Nothing's going well. Everybody's in turmoil. Nobody's agreeing on anything. But the banking sector comes out and says this: 2019 will be a decisive year for the country of Iraq, and Iraq will be open for business in 2019. So you asked me if there's light at the end of the tunnel. I'm telling you, yes. The banking sector, who's waiting for what? Stability and security, is saying, hey, look, we're going to be open for business. I ain't worried about nothing. We are going to be fine. We are going to be open and ready to do business with everybody. So what does that tell you? If they're open to do business, that means the donor money is accessible. That means they got a technocrat in place, somebody that's going to be a steward of our money and be a steward of Iraq, and not to be where Maliki and his goons can get their hand on it, or Amiri and his goons can get his hand on it. This is a bomb. Boom. Bomb dropper right there. I'm telling you, I wish I had sound effects.
That's why he doesn't need sound effects.
It gives a list of the speakers. I'm not going to bore you with that. We need to see Alak step up in the next few days, weeks. Everybody's saying that we are so close. I need Alak to release those lower notes. Get some type of educational, promotional piece out there about the $100 dinar, the $50 dinar. Let the citizens know what's happening so that we do show that the international community that we are transparent, that we are ready really and truly for open for business. I'm challenging Alak to do that. If Alak does that, then we are in great shape. I've always said that if I saw that $100 dinar, you could basically, you ask me every day. I get 100 questions a day, and I try to answer every one. Well, do you think they're going to revalue? Damn straight, I think they're going to revalue. And as soon as I see that money and I read posts like this, I damn sure think they are, because these aren't mine. These are other people. This came straight off Iraq. I'm not using this for anything but for the purpose of telling you I can read this information and give it to you. And I'm diligent in our findings. And I believe that what they say is to be truth. They're not a bunch of liars. They're not a bunch of thieves. These guys are truly interested in getting them back on track. Okay? Now, if you are open for business and you're going to build something, what do you need?
Money and credit.
Whoa, credit. If I had another clue bomb, boom, clue bomb. This is huge. Iraq got its first credit rating from Fitch Rating, has rated them a B minus, B, stable outlook. The Bank of Iraq classification of a B minus to be the first Iraqi bank to attain a credit rating official by a rating agency global. Global. When you say global, that's kind of another word for saying international. Do y'all see this? International, global. The main factors that lead to positive assessment is to improve the growth prospects and the business environment, security situation. We talked about that. They need to pass the budget. We talked about that, thereby reducing the debt to GDP ratio.
And you said they're a B minus?
B minus. But in my opinion, they're a B minus.
And that was from Fitch, right?
That was from Fitch. Now, what other agencies are out there?
So there's Moody.
Okay.
And then there's Standard & Poor's.
Okay, so we're looking for those to come out soon, right? Okay.
SP.
All of the bank's financial banking operations have been evaluated according to internationally recognized Fitch standards. Y'all, I challenge you again. Why the heck would they go out and get internationally standardized if they're not going international? If they're not going to be international, then I don't care about an RV. I don't care about that. I care about a reinstatement. That's it. I need them reinstated, which represents the bank's overall financial health with a focus on financial reporting, transparency, portfolio management, security and stability, profitability and diversification, the private sector, as well as liquidity, taking in those notes, income, and other banking factors. If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about your investment, then I will read it again. Internationally recognized Fitch standards, which represents the bank's overall financial health with a focus on financial reporting. That's transparency. 2, portfolio management. That's going to be their precious metals, their stuff like that. Profitability and diversification. That's going to be your private sector. That's going to be your natural gas. It's going to be stuff like that, as well as liquidity. That means that all these people out there that have these smart cards, Visas, and MasterCards are now turning in their monies, right? Because they got a bank account. They don't need to hide underneath their mattress no more. Income and banking factors. They said we have achieved many achievements that have won numerous awards and accolades in recent years, and we continue to be relentless to pursue our vision with greater enthusiasm and determination. Now, I challenge you again, all of you scam, this is a scam, this is a scam, scam. If it's a scam, then why are they doing all this? Our money has done nothing but appreciating value over time. Not leaps and bounds like we thought, but with a reinstatement and a float, we're going to be in a positive position that's going to carry us through to a long, long way. Now, if you got good credit,
the world is yours.
The world is yours. Credit will spend when money don't, right?
Yeah.
But to have money, you got to have, if you're going to have international credit, what do you got to have?
A good credit rating.
Well, that too, we got to be minus.
Right.
But you got to have an internationally recognized bank. Clue bomb, boom. Clue bomb, boom. Internationally recognized bank, y'all. An Iraq bank has internationally recognized credit rating, and they are internationally recognized in the banking sector. That is huge news. At the end of 2017, Iraq Trade Bank amounted to US $119 billion. This bank is of international status. Huge for the banking sector, huge for our investment, huge for you as the viewership. International, global, international. That's all we want. We want to see international news. Now we have an international bank. Why do you think they're doing that? If you were going to lock your currency, why would you go through all this? A lock means nothing. You just cut it off and start over. Turn in our currency and go get some new currency. They're international for a reason, because that international standard is going to be a higher resignation of our money. That's what it means. It means that they're going to do good for us. Good job, Iraq.
Look, I have to say this real quick because I'm looking in the chat.
Okay.
So John said he heard that the dinar is trading inside of Iraq at $5 USD. He said, "Is that true?"
No.
And then another person said Somebody else said they heard that too. And then John said he's going to fly over to Iraq. He's going to attempt to.
Y'all, if that's the case, and y'all know I've never asked you for nothing, I'm going to ask y'all to send me a plane ticket. I'm going to go over there with all of our dinars, and I'm going to trade in for $5. I'm just joking, but I'm telling you, I don't believe that to be true. I don't know it to be true. I've never heard it, but if it is true, that's awesome. But I'm going to ask you guys a question if that was true. If they're going to trade at $5 to 1, why would they need to RV or RI their money internationally? That would mean that their banking value would be 3 times higher. That means you'd get like a 15-1 return. That's insane. There's no way that would happen. That's like Dr. Shabibi came out that time and said, oh, this Iraqi dinar could withstand $16. I don't believe that could happen. He said guru gaba, and I am not a guru, so I'm not spitting that garbage. Now, I have built up to this moment. I hate that 4 people left, but I have the clue bomb of the evening right now, and then we're going to go ahead and take our question time. We do that for 30 minutes or so. I'm right on time. It's 26 minutes in. Should I tell you guys or should I make you wait?
Are you asking me?
Yeah. You're my co-host.
Am I the voice of reason?
You're the voice of the people. We are the hosts. They are the guests. What do the guests want?
I say go for it. Go ahead, tell us.
Y'all, I don't know if I should tell you this right away, but this is the news, and I'm just a reporter. The federal court responds to the governor and the president of the Council of Kirkuk against a body in Article 140. Whoa.
Say that one more time.
The federal court responds to the governor and the president of the Council of Kirkuk against the Abadi Article 140. The federal court, a lawsuit for the governor and the president of the Council of Kirkuk against former Prime Minister Habir Abadi on Article 140. The prosecutor of the Federal Supreme Court, case 48, federal number 2018, claimed that Article 140 of the Constitution, which is an extension of the Article 28 of the Iraqi State Administration Law for the transitional period, provides for the need to implement all its requirements within 2 years, which would end the storming of the building and the council and the seizure of all of its members, as well as the general province has committed crimes against civilians and their property and led to displacement of large portions of components of the Kurds and the Arabs and the Turkmen to the province of Kurdistan region for fear of the neighborhood charges and their lives of families pursue them because of their ethnicity and their political views. Their actions were contrary to the reg. Y'all, they just said, and John just said it, boom, 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 boom.
So say it to me. What happened?
If they implement Article 140, that means that they have to have some type of international value. They've accepted Article 8, their international stage. Now, when you start talking about all these different articles, you can't confuse them. Article 140 is basically the revenue sharing, but it also puts all of displaced people back into their homelands, and they have no disputed areas. Y'all don't hear me on this. Article 140, I've been in this investment for almost 10 years, probably 10 years or greater, and I've never heard this piece. Article 140, the federal court demands that they implement Article 140. I cannot tell you anything else. I can't tell you anything else today. Article 140. Must. They demand that they implement it immediately.
Immediately.
That means now.
Right now.
That means no waiting.
Okay.
Now, it would be different if it was like a news source, or it'd be different if it was a PM. It'd be different if it was this or that. But this is the federal court. This is the end all be all for Iraq. And this is the main thing of the main thing of the main thing. When I first got into this, all I heard about was Article 8 and Article 140. And here I give you Article 140. If you want to know where I got it from, I got it from the politics and economy page. I can provide you with a link if you need one, but it was posted by an admin.
And just so you guys know, I didn't forget about the links last time. These links are so big. They're like paragraphs in the description area. So I pulled them back out. However, I'm waiting for YouTube to release the community area in Mr. Brando's tab so we can post there the articles that we discussed so you can read some of them for yourself.
Because our whole thing is that we don't make up the news. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you about what my fake sources tell you. I print out the news, I organize it, we put together a game plan, and then we present it to you. And that's why we skip a day, so that you guys know that I'm not just going to rehash the same thing day to day. Every time I report, I try to report something different, okay? Or clear up something that was in past tense. And now you guys know what time it is. It's 7:30, so we are opening up the internet. I want to break it. Go ahead and hit me with all of the questions and answer time that you have today. I'm ready.
So Jim Jones wants to know.
Go, Jim. Shout out to Jim Jones.
He recently purchased the Korean won, but he doesn't hear anything about it. Can you give him an update? Do you know anything about it?
I haven't heard much about the won, but the won is definitely in the basket of currencies that's out there that they say is going to revalue. I'm calling it the big six. So the big six being the dinar, being the dong, being the zim, being the peso, and being the last one you just mentioned. South Korea could also be thrown in there too if you want it to be.
And then one of our friends mentioned Colombia.
Colombia is kind of, I like Colombia. That's Mr. Frazier. He loves Colombia, but to me, Colombia is a long shot, but it could happen. Next question.
James Bond wants to know, would you recommend buying IQD or dong or rupiah?
IQD. If you're just asking me on a personal level, we're two guys in the bar having a drink and we're talking, I'm going to tell you to buy Iraqi Dinar because it's going to go first. That's our whole strategy. The Iraqi Dinar is going to fuel you to be a billionaire in the future, okay? Not just make you money. I'm going to make you a millionaire off the dinar, okay? We're going to make millions as a group. Now, off of that, we're going to take it to the hundreds of millions. If some of us are like a bricks, we're going to take it to the billions after that. That's my goal. That is my whole goal. So I'm going to take you through this thing from start to finish. We're just getting started. This is nowhere ending. That's why you all got to subscribe and like and hit the bell, so that way you know what our next move is. Our next moves are precious metals, cryptocurrencies, and other exotic currencies that we believe are going to go far.
Okay. MVB 3773 says, in his opinion, all a person really needs is 250 IQD, 250,000 IQD. Anything more of that is a personal preference.
I mean, at 250 at 3, you're almost at $1 million. I would challenge you to say 500, and the reason for that is, if there are taxes involved, with so many people have stated in the comment section.
Right. And that's what Ron West said.
Yeah. Go ahead and up that a little bit so you can take care of your taxes and dentals. And that way you can go ahead and put your money to a trust and live a long, fruitful life.
So he this says even 250 with taxes. That's what kind of Ron West is saying.
Okay, well, Ron, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying a little extra for the kids.
Queen Crab says, Mr. Brando said that the RV would probably happen on Tuesday. Here it is Wednesday.
I never said ever that the article would happen. I never said the RV would happen on Tuesday, ever. I never would say that.
And RV and RI
are two different things. I never say the word RV. I'm sorry, King Crab. If maybe it was Queen. I'm sorry, Queen. Humbly, I apologize for saying that. I did not mean to say that. I would never say that on purpose. I do not believe the RV will happen like that. You will hear breaking news about that, just like Kuwait. They are not going to telegraph their punches like that. Okay, I apologize. I lied. If I lied, I lied. I'm not ashamed of saying if I didn't say something correctly, but I never thought I said it was going to happen Tuesday. Now, elect the ministers or maybe get someone in place Tuesday, but never say that. I apologize.
She said, I will be buying lemonade with my RV funds.
Me too, baby.
MVB says, I'm expecting the collapse of America. A quarter of the world population either is dying or under the threat of death from RV to Passover 2021. Do not expect a long, prosperous life. Get out of debt.
Well, I think that's the goal for everybody.
I wasn't even there. Because it goes on here. Buy camping supplies and a 2-year supply of food and passports.
I'm not afraid to tell you guys that one of my major goals was to buy a private island like in the Belize area and for us to retire. And I've already looked at our own water collection systems, solar systems, implementing our own Wi-Fi systems and other stuff. We actually had thought about doing that for several years and had planned on buying it. Sorry, am I talking too much?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
So I agree. I'm not saying that the collapse of America. I'm just saying that the assertion or the chase of personal wealth would allow us to do so. So I don't think that's far-fetched. I don't plan on staying here in Texas that much longer.
So Queen Crab says that Mr. Brando's on Saturday Night Live, don't you? His real name is Kenan Thompson. He is so funny. I love his skits.
I love you, Queen Crab. You are the bomb.com. And I wish I was that funny. If I was on Saturday Night Live, I would bring all of y'all with me. We would have a ball. We would have so much fun. And you come to the island with us. We're going to show you what to do.
Ron West, I thought you'd never heard of David Wilcox. Very informative guy, risking his life risking his life, I guess, spreading that type of info. Google him. Everyone. So he's basically telling you to look up this David.
I'll look him up, but y'all, can I tell you something? The reason why I don't look up a lot of people is I'm kind of like that artist that's out there trying to, not be creative, because that's not what I'm doing, but be true to my craft. I don't want my vision and his vision to cross. So I don't mind looking at his stuff, but I don't try to buy into it, because I have my own belief system, and I want you guys to see what my beliefs are and her beliefs are, and not David's. I'm not disagreeing with David or saying he's bad in any way. I just might not share his same faith going forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I do appreciate someone that's telling the truth and spreading the good word of what could happen to help everybody get more wealth.
I think Queen Crab is joking. She said she was logging off. She's like, "Where's Mr. Brando?" But let's see. I'm sitting on 5 million dinar. This is Frankie. I'm sitting on 5 million dinar since 2008 and not expecting a return for at least another 10 years. Ugh. They aren't exporting anything, and all their gold has been stolen.
Their gold is still intact. They just reported, I believe, the third biggest gold revenue in the Middle East. They do have exports of natural gas and oil. So I'm not trying to disagree with you. What's his name?
Who did I just say? Frankie,
but if you could provide some links to some proof of what you're stating, I'll go with it. But until then, I have to disagree with you kindly. Thanks for watching.
People are having chats amongst themselves. So
and what are they talking about?
Oh, I mean, there's just a conversation going back and forth. MVB, Babe Gibson, Ron West, they're going back and forth.
Well, y'all, I love that. I love that you're on here chatting. I'm glad that we are of some aid in all of this.
Gibson, Jerusalem, Israel will have the least amount of effects. Leave for Jerusalem when you hear of peace deal. Thank you. Treat yourself. You can't make these things.
I'll tell you guys something. A lot of people have asked me to do a video about how to buy Iraqi dinar. So since she's going through this, let me tell you how to buy Iraqi dinar. Go keep reading in case you find a question. This is how you buy it, okay? You get on your computer, your cell phone, your tablet, whatever. You look up someone that's a currency broker, such as Exchange America, who I have no affiliation with, or somebody like your local mall or airport that has a currency exchange center. You take your cash, you go down there, okay? And you tell them you want to buy some IQD. Now, if you pay cash, you get one price. If you use credit cards, you get another price. So try to bring as much cash as you can.
They go up on you.
Okay, because they pay points on credit cards.
Cash is king.
Yeah, cash is always king. So they pay points on credit cards. So take cash if you can. Go buy what you can afford. Don't charge up anything. I am not a financial advisor. I am not a accountant. I'm not a tax person. I'm just a person talking to my friends about if I was going to go buy it, this is how I go buy it. Okay.
And the other thing today, when I was on, and I guess because I do, they have the analytics behind the scenes. So I do so many searches, especially when I'm talking to you guys, that I was looking for dinar sellers in America. And Safe Dinar came up the other day. Someone mentioned it in the chat
I've heard of them
on Monday as well. So check them out. I guess they're reputable. I don't know. But I noticed they came up as a sponsored ad on Facebook. They also came up in Google. So you can check them out. Mm-hmm. Here in Houston, there's a currency exchange center in the mall. The Memorial City Mall.
Yeah.
And I called and confirmed because I was going to go up there and get more IQD. And they do have it there. Because I see people in the chat are saying that no one's selling dinar. Now, I would think as we get closer to this, they probably won't sell it, right?
Well, that's the whole thing. I don't think that will be an indication that the dinar is going to break. Because if you think about it, if you're going to be a speculator investor, the very first thing you would do is shut off the banking system.
I would think it'd go up higher.
I mean, it would become the supply and demand. Mm-hmm. And that would cause a major uproar in the banking system. So I would stick with the sources that we have. I would just make sure that you have some type of a currency authenticity. Sorry, I got a little mumble out there.
A certificate of authenticity. It normally comes with the purchase.
Right.
Of the dinar.
So that way you have some type of repercussion that if something happens to your currency and when you go in front of the bank and your daily remove machine says it's bad, that you can say, give me that bill back. Let me go take that back to where I got it. Or go through the proper channels, have them confiscated, and you go through the proper channels and get your money back.
Right.
And your bill replaced because it's going to be worth a lot of money.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Trying to get back to where we were. Seems to me that the currency of stock. Okay, so we talked about that one. Someone said there. Oh, Queen said she's sitting on 36 million dinar. You go, girl.
Dang, Queen. Can I borrow like 10 milli?
Wow.
That's awesome. Good job, Queen. That's awesome.
Queen, you got it going on.
36 mil is a nice number because I love that whole three. I love 3s and 9s. That's me personally. I've always been a big fan of 3s and 9s. My birthday is Saturday. I'm born on 12/22/74. I probably shouldn't say that out loud, should I? Well, that was bad. Oops, sorry, y'all. But I'm a double. I love 3s and 9s, though. Sorry about that, wifey. She's going to get mad at me. I'm going to get beat later on. Sorry, y'all.
He likes getting beat. Hilton wants to know, what does it mean if they drop the 3 zeros and the value of what I have?
Because what it means to drop the 3 zeros, it means the decimal point of the exchange rate, whether it be the dinar to IQD rate or the exchange rate to the dollar. That means the decimal point will move over 3 spaces. So if you value it at a 1,200 to 1, it means that your value of your dinar is $1.20 to every dollar that you have. If it's the other way, it moves over to basically 84 cents. So that's in country. Now, out of country is a totally different scenario. In country, out of country don't mean the same thing, and they don't hold the same value. So it kind of depends on which zero you're dropping. But it doesn't mean that if you have a $25,000 dinar note, I'm going to say this 5 times. It does not mean that if you have a $25,000 dinar note that it now becomes $25. That's not true. Okay.
I'm with Isaac. Isaac says, come on, Jesus. And then XRP is out there. Hey, how are you doing?
XRP, been there since day 1 too.
Shout out to my sister. She's out there.
Shout out Bambi.
Let's see.
She loves this show. I love Bambi. She's so cool. We got to talk tomorrow, sis. I got some political findings I want to tell you about and some deep state stuff.
And then someone explains, Gibson basically explains why the dropping of the 3 zeros. So right now we're at 0.00084.
Right.
You drop it, it's 84 cents.
That's in country.
What did she say? Hello. Will the RV happen in 2018? We're days away from 2018.
Man, y'all. Okay, if I had to call it, no. I'm not trying to be negative because I don't want y'all to stop saying like, oh, Mr. Brando's negative. But if it's me, I'm just saying this is my feeling between now, between whenever the government gets seated and they tap into that government money, okay? If they tap into that donor money, Katie bar the door. It could be this year.
How much are they getting in donor money?
30 billion.
30 billion, okay.
30 billion.
3 OBs, okay. Lori says she lives 50 miles east of us.
Shout out Lake Houston.
Let's see. It's a bunch of
shout out 270 people of my closest friends out here talking about my favorite investment. Hey, Mr. Frazier, I love my investment too.
It says,
hey, Miss Patty, I see you out there too.
Old Sean Henty radio interview talked about Bush executive order, I guess, allowing the U.S. citizens to own IQD. Executive
Order 13303.
5.5 trillion IQD. Why war would cost us nothing?
Well, what he's saying that Bush said, yeah, well, I know what he means. What he's saying is that Bush said the war would pay for itself. Now, that could mean many things. It could mean our partnerships through energy. It could mean our partnerships through like the IQD. It could mean many things, but that's Executive 13303. There's an executive order that's more pronounced in all this. I'll look it up next time and tell you guys. I used to memorize these.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
It's Executive Order 13303. But the order that's more pronounced to this is, there's another one. I forgot it. I'll find it. John, if you're out there, can you remember that other executive order we always talk about? Or Dennis? Please, one of you guys out there, if you guys can see that,
hey,
let me know.
Tina.
Tina who?
Tina from our group.
Oh, hey, Tina. Miss Tunes, if you're nasty.
XRP said, I heard the budget was $46. P, what's that mean?
Oh, yeah. What he's talking about, $46 per barrel. Now, I saw it the other day at $56. So if they're dropping it $46. They're trying to buy themselves some dime XRP. So watch that. If you find a link to that, let me know immediately. That's huge news because I saw it in writing at $56. Them and Qatar were right on par with each other. And Qatar hasn't changed their stance. So it's very interesting that you say that right now. David
said gas is $1.99 in Alabama.
David, is that high for Alabama? Are they a coastal state?
No, Alabama is a southern.
I know it's a southern state, but on the coast, are they having water?
Yeah, at the bottom. Just
okay,
like
but so that means they have pipelines. So that's weird too.
And then Georgia 213.
Okay, Georgia. Shout out Georgia. Shout out Alabama.
Gas in Cali 350 to 375. It's always high out there.
Shout out Cali. Love you guys too. The West Coast is the best coast. Shout out Oregon, where I'm from.
$1.91 in Mississippi.
Go ahead, Miss Double Crooked Eye. I see y'all out there. Thank you for tuning in.
Trump will take the military budget for the wall if Dems block.
Yeah, we could talk about that too. That's kind of a pissing match. That's kind of interesting though. The Dems want to give 1.3 million. The Republicans want 5 million. Trump said he'll shut down the government. That's supposed to happen tomorrow too. Be very interesting to see if the government shut down going into the Christmas holidays and see who has a job and who doesn't.
William French, my YouTube channel is April BB. That's BEBEE. In Portland, your hometown.
Portland, that's the name of my hometown.
$2.78.
Shout out PDX. Shout out Vancouver. The Couve is live.
Yeah, Lori, he gets premium gas too, so I know how high that
Drive
is.
that Audi Bavarian.
Hush. She's saying it's $2.99 in Texas. He pays about $2.79.
$2.69 every day.
Yeah, that's what he pays.
I only get $6, so don't worry about it.
But yeah. So let me see. Hilton says $2.41 in Maine.
Shout out to Maine. I love your lobster rolls. Man, those are awesome.
Mr. Brando, this is from XRP. What do you think about Iran adopting the IQD? Will that hold things up for us?
No, because you got to remember these guys are brothers of different mothers, and they got to trade somehow. You're talking about basically $9 to $13 billion in trade, so they need to trade somehow. They've asked the United States several times to give them an extension. They were unwilling to do so. We're waiting to see what the final verdict is. So I don't think it's a bad thing. Do I want to see Iran prosper if the mullah and all those guys are in position? Absolutely not. That regime needs to be taken out and a new regime needs to be put in. If you want my opinion, I think that the whole Iranian populace needs to revolt against the government. I would love to see a civil war there because, I mean, it's oppressive, and I hate oppression on any level for any person. Just because you're not like me doesn't mean I don't like you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Queen Crab says, Exchange of America, they're jerks. Queen, tell me about your experience. I've purchased from them. I never have. It was pretty pleasant.
Yeah, very simple.
Lori Tidwell, she purchased from Safe Dinar. Drop in the chat line your experience because somebody else was saying in the chat, I see that they're fake. Now, here's the thing. One, you should get a certificate of authenticity. The other thing is in your city, go to your major bank. If they have a De La Rue machine, have them run those IQDs.
Well, you can't. Right? It's not international yet.
It's not.
No,
so they can't check it.
You can't check it through a De La Rue machine, but I'll tell you how you can check it.
Okay.
If you go to the CBI's website and hit English, I'm going to say this again. Go to the CBI's website, hit English. There are security measures in place that you can check your IQD online. It's tedious and it takes time, but go bill by bill, look at the security measures, and make sure they're in place that your money's safe. I've done it for all of our currency, but you guys need to do it for yours. I did it early on because a guy in one of the chats I was in really, really harped on that.
XRP said, how the hell you get a credit rating and you don't have a program rate?
Well, then you have a program rate. Well,
all right, wait, he says, how the hell do you get a credit rating on a program rate?
Well, it's like this. It's like, how do you get a B- on a program? That's my thing. I can see a D, you know what I mean, on a program rate, you're a loser. But a B-, you're doing things, honestly. You're doing really, really well. I mean, I agree with you, XRP. How the hell do they need international banking standards for a company that's going to lob? They're not going to lob. It's not a scam, y'all. This is for real. It's happening. This is history, and you're living it.
Randy says 100K IQD equals $84 USD. Not good rates to me.
Of course not, Randy, at a program rate. But now change that rate to pre-war times at $3.22. What do you got then? Give me the math on that. $3.22 at a reinstatement rate, because that's what they have to go to, at your 100,000 IQD. That's $322,000. That don't sound like a bad day at the office to me. You? I don't make $322,000 a day.
I don't either, but I'll take it. I got time today. Thanks for this is from Tony. Thanks for giving us this info tonight. You're welcome.
You're very welcome.
I thought Turkey was good for military reasons.
No, Turkey's a bully, in my opinion. They're out there trying to exude their will upon Iraq, and they have for a long time. I don't dislike Turkey, but I'm a little sketchy on them. I don't necessarily agree with all their tactics.
Richard Morick says, thank you. You're welcome.
You're very welcome, Richard. Thank you for tuning in and watching.
We appreciate all you guys. And we do this because, hell, we're ready just like you guys
We are. We just want to bring you what we know. And it's not easily accessible. We have the channels to get it and the contacts that we talk to. I'm just blessed to be able to tell somebody. I got tired of the status quo. I got tired of watching what people called people in the know that didn't know shit. Sorry.
And Saint says, very simple. Treat the IQD as another investment that serves part of your larger portfolio.
Thank you, Saint. Thank you. You are a saint, Saint. That was kind of bad. Saint, you're awesome.
I'm sorry, I'm reading to myself. Tony says, hello, I love it. I like your channel. I want to give you more information about IQD. There are more sources with that country.
Okay, well, Tony, if you look in my description, you'll see my email. Go ahead and feel free to email me. I don't want a bunch of email from people, but if you feel like something you have is viable and that you feel that it's something that it's a MRBDJ, ACKSO@gmail.com. It's very accessible. Email it to me.
Or you can have them inbox you. Like, they can connect with you on, instead of always giving out your email address. On YouTube, we do have inboxes.
Oh, can you tell them how to do that? I don't know how to do that.
It's right at the top of their bar. Then go in.
Tell them.
And basically, it's on the top of your YouTube screen. Connect with Mr. Brando, and then you can send him a message through his inbox there. Is the Iranian reserve currency illegal to own in the United States?
Yes. If I don't know anything else, I know that. Yes. Do not get caught possessing Iranian rial. You will go to jail. Do not do that.
Seamus said,
don't even say their name.
Seamus said, I just voted you #1 in the Dinar chat ever. You both rock. Brando and BB. Thank you.
We love you guys.
Cool beans.
We're cool.
203 IQD. What does that mean?
203, $2.03. Nice number.
Okay.
But here's my thing. Natural gas, gold, oil. You tell me. 203 or 303, 403, 803. I don't know. I've never done this before. I got a question for everybody out there. Can I ask it real quick? Does anybody know anybody that we can get in contact that exchanged under the Kuwait rules when Kuwait revalued? How that worked? I would love to interview them. I have questions for them under Kuwait. If you know somebody, that'd be awesome, because I don't know how this works.
The Iraqi Stock Exchange will open January 1, 2019.
Sure.
That's from, how do I say this?
Kuruka Legend?
Yep.
So you're saying, okay, so the Iraqi Stock Exchange is open. Are they going to be on the U.S. Stock Exchange? Because they've been open for a long time. If they're not on the U.S. Stock Exchange, I don't really care. I need to be on the U.S. Stock Exchange.
LaShonda says, my husband has been trying to convince me about buying the dinar. He has for years. And I must say, this is the first conversation that I have really listened to for more than 5 minutes. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome.
LaShonda, can I tell you this? Everybody that's involved in the IQD is not a crazy conspiracy theorist, crazy person that has no value or zero knowledge about how currency works or finance works. It's a simple investment strategy. You buy low, you sell high. That's it.
And buy what you can afford, LaShonda. I share this with all my friends, people that are scared to take risks. And I tell them, treat it like you buy a lottery ticket. You spend $5 on a lottery ticket, you never see a return on it. Don't spend more than you can afford to lose. So, I mean, I believe in this investment, but if you're going to sit around and like, I need to get paid tomorrow,
then don't do it.
Don't do it. So
that's why I told we got into it.
Afford $50. Start low or save.
Did you go off with $100 the first time?
So the first time I spent about $250 because I started in crypto. And when he told me about IQD, and I was like, and then I started doing research online and I started believing the naysayers. So I was just like, okay. Then crypto started going south and I stopped putting as much money into cryptos. And I said, you know what? I'm because Brandon was so passionate about it. I said, I'm gonna throw $250. I could spend $250 shopping. So I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead and put $250 out there. Can't buy no clothes, but okay. I got an investment. I'll hold on to it. And guess what? If I got to hold on to it for 5 years, that was an investment.
Whatever. How long do you hold your pension for?
Oh my gosh, for a lifetime.
Or 401. So don't tell me it's like,
and it goes back and forth.
Yeah, all the time. And I'll tell you this, my very first buy was $500. I spent $1,000 for several months in a row to get us where we are. I haven't bought any in probably a year.
So you was buying when I was buying, when you kept pushing me to buy and he wouldn't get back.
I believe, y'all. I'm in it to win it, y'all. I'm heavy in the Chevy with it. I believe.
I kept trying to get him to buy cryptos and he's like, I don't know how to do all that.
I don't have any money.
That wasn't that. He was so heavily into IQD, he didn't want to look at anything else. So anyway.
I barely didn't want to buy Zim and I barely didn't want to buy Dom.
Zim is an easy purchase, though.
Yeah, Zim's a smart buy to me. I mean, Zim's a very smart buy.
And I mean, I feel like you're going to be waiting longer on Zim than IQD. I mean,
me too.
IQD goes, Zim still got to get stuff in order.
Right, you got another year, but I mean, still, if you're sitting on $1 million and you're at the beach, you're kicking back, you could wait on Zim. You know, I think that's my opinion.
Is that for sure? Oh, they're asking questions amongst themselves.
Okay, y'all, we got 2 minutes left and we're going to cut this bad boy off.
I'm with you too. I'll be paying off my mortgage as soon as that rate comes in.
Yeah, mortgage's got to go. Car notes, mortgages, student loans,
debt gotta
credit
go.
Card debt, all that's got to go.
Job got to go. Did I say that?
I ain't saying that.
Oh, I ain't
my job just started because I got to keep reporting the news to you guys.
We're not. This is a passion.
I want this.
This is not a job.
No, this is a passion, and I want my passion to continue for the next 20 years. And I want you guys to be every step with us and make money every step with us. And you know what? If it doesn't go real quick, hold on. We're going to show you how it is going to go. We just need patience and diligence, and it will happen.
Okay. Can you guys? Don't go away. Can you guys explain that we as U.S. citizens will be allowed to exchange our dinars? Could the government say, sorry, too bad, no can do? Could we be stopped from exchanging our valid dinars if we possess it?
No, because of Executive Order 13303, which states that you as an American citizen have the right to own dinar and exchange it and make a profit off of it. So no, you have the right as an American citizen under Executive Order 13303 that says you can own dinar and profit from it. So no, you're fine.
Tony says the American banks know about the Iraqi dinar notes, but they are not allowed to tell us.
Well, I think so, because if you ask them about it and they say, well, we don't deal in it, then you know something about it.
Oh my gosh. One time, Mr. Brando gave me a phone number and it was to, I don't know. I think it was Bank of America. And so I didn't understand the investment really at that time. And like cryptos, a day or 2 days, everything had happened lightning speed. So my mindset was a little different. So when he gave me this number, I called. And when they gave me the rate, I'm like, well, there's nothing to happen yet. Why did he give me this number? I was ready now. Because that's how crypto was. Everything was now. You know, if you were in the cryptos from October of last year to January, those were hot months.
Woo!
So that was my mindset, and everything was moving super fast. So he would just like be informative and give me information. So when he gave me that information, I said, oh,
it's happening.
It's about the RV. It's about the RI. So I'm calling. They was like, bye, Felicia. I think I don't know how much they was like, oh, well, that only converts to this amount. I said, well, why he give me this number? I ain't got no time for that.
Proper preparation makes for piss poor performance. That's why.
I'm just saying, I was one of those crypto people.
I know.
And everything was moving so fast. 2 weeks was like 6 months in crypto. So when you gave me that number, I was just like, I'm about to go to the bank.
I know, right? We're going tomorrow. We hit an all-time high tonight at 290 people in chat. I appreciate every one of you. Any more questions?
We got a lot of questions. We always got questions.
We got to answer the questions before we go.
Bush executive order gives us special rights. I think Trump wants this to go because a lot of Iraq vets were told to buy IQD.
Can't disagree.
Okay. Trump loves our vets. Okay.
I love our vets. My dad's a vet. I love our vets. I love my country. I love my country. I don't like what's happening to it, but I love my country.
VIB Cook says, isn't 140 the ACL?
No, ACL is the hydrocarbon law. It's different. Hydrocarbon law and the distribution of the revenues from it are different.
So our neighbor Lori says, I live in a small town in Texas, and the only bank we have is Wells Fargo. What do you think?
Wells Fargo is fine. I mean, listen, Lori, Wells Fargo is not a bad institution.
Oh, I wish I remember that other guru, though, because he posted that article.
Yeah, but they gave them a bad rap. That happened in California and not in Texas. And you know what? They got the heck taxed out of them. So,
Lori,
if you incentivize any person to steal, they'll steal. It doesn't mean that if you have an exchange, you can't exchange it.
I say, Lori, drive to your nearest major city and
make the drive, Lori, if you
and open a account with a bank, a
Chase or
bank,
some Bank of America, Chase, whomever.
Just in case. I mean, do your research. That other gentleman, he's out there on YouTube. And he posted that article. I'm gonna be honest, and this is my personal feeling. I feel some kind of way about Wells Fargo. Plus, I'm from California, so I'm just gonna say that.
Well, I mean, mortgages, cars. I'm not gonna say anything.
And then credit unions, they're not gonna cash in IQ.
Yeah, credit unions all are not gonna be international banks. So please be leery. You can transfer your money to a credit union, but to go into cash in, be careful.
Okay, so. Gurkha Legend asked, Mr. Brando, did you get the info on FinCEN Form 104? See right here.
You sent it. I know you did. I saw it. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but you sent it. I don't remember what it was.
And he sent you an email?
No, they sent it to me in chat. I looked and I answered so many, FinCEN. I answered so many, Mr. and Mrs. Legend. I can't remember what it was.
Can you resend it? And can you either go in the about section of Mr. Brando's page or channel and his email's there, or inbox him on YouTube, and I'll make sure. I have to keep him in order. I'll make sure
he not responds. Smart to advertise your dinar amount.
I agree with that. I so agree with that.
And see, I disagree because you guys are totally anonymous. So if I tell everybody I got $4 billion in IQD, you don't know where I am.
Well,
and if you do know where I am, you don't want to come here. You're going to run into a group of trouble.
Do you guys ever watch those lottery winner shows? And one of the things is a lot of people appear at their front door that they don't know, claiming they know them, asking for money. So I agree with you on being discreet. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I will tell you this. If you come to my front door, I have a mean little dog named Daisy, and she will bite you.
And the owner is a shooter.
Oh, yeah. I'm very much a shooter. I got more.
But why invite
that headache? Don't chance it.
But my point is, why invite that
headache? Don't chance it. Don't tell people what you have.
Yes. Thank you.
Don't do that.
Thank you. Thank you.
And think about it like this. They wouldn't tell you what they have, so don't tell them what you have.
Right.
Okay.
And let's be honest, like, we're on YouTube. This is a public platform.
Right.
So these conversations, they're being kept. Like,
right. They're in the cloud somewhere.
Even after we finish tonight, you go back out there, you can read through the chat.
Right.
So I can say, oh, so-and-so has a brick. Oh, so-and-so has this amount. So, I I say it's better to be safe than sorry, and that's me, and that's why I'm not super braggadocious. I don't want people. I'm very, very. Humble. You won't know what I drive. You won't know very much about me, and I want to keep it that way.
Well, if you know what I drive, then you know to stay away from me.
Brando, can you tell me how much dinar you have? No.
I have more than this much and less than that much.
He got $1. Metroid says Zim, Zim, Zim.
Zim being our dark horse, I wish.
Dream. There's always loopholes to buy just about anything. And yes, it's legal to buy the Iran.
Anything under federal sanctions, stay away from, just my opinion.
So will they come knocking at your door if you buy it?
I'll tell you all a story, okay? So I have a lawyer that's represented me in a couple different things that I've done.
Thank you, Randy.
And
he gave us a compliment.
Oh, thanks, Randy. And my lawyer told me this. He called me one day and said, "Hey, I know you're big time into foreign currency. Do you have any Iranian rial?" This was a few years ago, before Obama lifted the sanctions. He said, "My client just got caught with several $1 trillion. Well, a lot of Iranian rial. They arrested him for holding a sanctioned currency. Treasury went after him. The U.S. government went after him. It's just not worth it. And they did jail. They're doing jail time now. I know they're still in jail. So I would tell you, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm not an advocate for breaking the law. I'll tell you right now, I don't believe in that. But I would not do business with anybody that tells you to do something that's illegal."
Seamus says, rent an island before you buy it for a few months. It's not all that. You know, I kind of agree with you on that thought. I think you always should test the waters of anything first.
I mean, here's my thing. I've been on a lot of islands, Seamus, and I appreciate the opinion. I do. But this is for my sanctuary. This isn't for me to just hang out for a vacation. My whole dream, my whole life's goal when doing this was to retire on a beach somewhere. I don't know if I'll rent one, buy one, or just visit one. I really don't know.
Yeah, VIB Cook is giving out advice about buying from eBay, buying dinars on eBay. I think, and get a backlight flash to check it for I'm not sure.
Probably for security measures, the strips and all that stuff.
Kind of like, you know, so I like money. If you ever look at like $100 bill, you can see the threads and the currency and the strip in it.
I don't know, in
the face.
King
OSO says, where can I get? I guess I'm not sure what he can get, but if you're referring to dinar, we mentioned it earlier in the video.
A good burger, go to McDonald's.
Good burger, McDonald's, gross.
Just joking.
Five Guys or In-N-Out Burger.
Or try TGIFs or Red Robin.
Let's see.
John says, keep your receipts. I agree, John. Keep your receipts and your authenticity receipts.
Yeah, I keep all that.
Are you about done, babe?
Miss BB is right. Cash is king. That's right, babe Gibson. You know it. Mr. Brando, how much dinar do you have? They're asking that.
I got a whole bunch.
If it's up to me, he ain't gonna have none because they're gonna be all transferred over to me. I
got more bullets.
Their goal was returned U.S. military. They have been buying 40 tons more. Wait a minute. Wilcox talks about aliens and Marvel movies. Now for dinar, I understand that we should never pay spread and have paid a spread for euros in the past. Okay, I just have
right on.
Somebody said go to Safe Dinar. I purchased dinar at my bank. Robert Dina, what's your bank? Where did you purchase those dinars? The people want to know.
Exchange of America for us.
But he said he purchased it at a bank. So I'm curious.
A bank? Yeah. I would love to know what bank.
That's why I said Robert Dina.
It's not illegal. It's not illegal anymore to buy it from a bank. You can buy it from a bank. Don't buy uncirculated. Seamus, I'm going to say this. If it's in circulation, it's circulated.
It don't matter. Used dollar, unused dollar, used dinar, unused dinar. It don't matter. As long as
bill?
As long as it's real, that's the main thing. They're talking about eBay. Just be careful with eBay because you never know if you're getting counterfeit.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, how are you tracing it back? What's the certificate of authenticity? Mm-hmm. Now, you do have some exchanges that do sell on eBay, and they issue certificates of authenticity.
There you
because Banknote World They're listed on eBay, and they do issue you a certificate. They sell dong, they sell zim, and I think they sell rupiah.
Rupiah is a good buy.
And they're out there on eBay.
We gotta wrap this up, babe.
Okay, well, let's wrap it up, baby. Because
we're gonna wrap this up, y'all. We done hit our pinnacle. We've hit all-time highs, milestones. Averaged over 250, 275 people in chat for over 45 minutes. It was a great show.
She believes that gas exporting is at $46 per barrel.
They got my name off right there, Mr.
Yeah, that's XRP. He did that.
Thanks, Mr. XRP. I like how my name looks right there.
But we answered that question.
Okay, but y'all, we got to wrap this up. It's been a tremendous night. Look for Friday nights. Remember, podcasts go on Monday nights about 9:15, maybe to 9:30. I won't go too late. Wednesdays at 7.
Hey, Rosanna in League City, gas is $1.88 out there.
League City, Houston, Texas.
Baton Rouge, Big Daddy Brown, $1.87.
Shout out the boot.
I love playing gas prices. I just do. That's just me. If you look on my channel, I just posted a video where I filled up my car with $20.
Y'all look at April BB's channel. If y'all want to see some fun stuff, go out and look at Mr. and Mrs. J. I challenge all of you to go do that. If you want to have some fun, have a lighter side of YouTube. We do mukbangs. We do fun events, date night. We're human. We love each other, and we have a fun time.
Oh, I can't help it. I don't know why I'm stuck on these questions tonight. But
go ahead.
Vivian wants to know, Bush made a deal with Iraq. U.S. could buy oil around $32 a barrel. Don't know the details. Mr. Brando, do you know anything about that?
I've heard of that deal. That deal was done in petrodollars that I heard about, and it was only for a certain amount of time. I don't know how long. I'll find it out for you. Send some information or earmark that somehow, and I'll get you an answer to that. I've heard that deal before. Yes.
Everybody's shouting out their gas prices. I love it. Silicon Valley, $3.83.
Shout out, Cali.
Yeah.
My gosh, they're still staying around 260, 270.
Shout out to my niece Bree. She's out there. She says she wants to invest. Where should she start?
1 queen,
7 kings. Now, where you should start is by making your first purchase, just like the first time you made a YouTube video.
Call your auntie. She'll walk it through it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll stop because I'll keep going.
Y'all, and I will personally, I'm off tomorrow. I think I'll work on Friday. We'll do a podcast Friday night. I appreciate each and every one of you. I really care about you guys. I don't want to give bad advice. We're not financial advisors. We're just two individuals passionate about an investment, and we want to see you all survive. Until I see you guys again, I wish you good night from Mr. Brando.
And I am April BB. Good night.
We're signing off.